On this episode of Hunting and Fishing in God's Country, I'm taking race car driver Dallas Manus, driver of the 9M car, fishing today on Lake Chatooga in North Georgia, and we're going to see if we catch the big spotted bass today.
Thanks for having me on the show. Let's do this.
Got this spot on robo worm, caught him on a drop shot, about 10 foot of water. I marked him on the fish finder, and I was going down, there's a few stumps and everything out there in the pocket, and I marked him. And I just dropped that robo worm, fat straight tail worm down on him, and he bit it. Usually if you have a hard time getting a bite, you can lift it up and raise the worm above them. Sometimes they'll eat it pretty good, but it's a decent bass. We're going to go ahead and get him back in.
Small spot. Pretty good size.
Got him on the
shaky.
shaky.
One time he come and he ran up and grabbed it. Pretty good. And we'll turn him back and see if we can't catch some more right in here.
The second day was really tough for me and Dallas. We didn't catch anything that day. We fished really hard. It's just tough, and it was after rain to move through, so that made it even tougher. But I did get to ask him a few good questions on his racing career outlook and what his future looks like. But the next day, on the third day, was our best day, and that's when we caught our better fish. We had some cloud cover, and I think that helped out our fishing a whole lot. So Dallas, what's ahead in your future for racing?
I want to go to World of Outlaws and race, or Lucas Oil, you know, super late models. I run a crate late model right now. I want to be able to drive for somebody here shortly, so I don't have to pay it out of my own pocket. But I have a bunch of great sponsors like Schaefer's Oil, Avco Racing, Bulldog Restoration, Strut Shoes, Fine Line Builders, Towns County DUI School, just a bunch of guys on my car and people that just help me out. Without them, I wouldn't be here. So we're enjoying it. We're going to run at Tri-County up here in North Carolina Thursday night, so it should be pretty fun. We got rained out last Friday, so we're excited.
I'm just curious, what's some of your best finishes you've had?
A couple thirds, couple fourths, top fives, top tens. So we've been running consistent. Last time I didn't get to drive the car because I was just out of the hospital, but a boy that drove my car out named Kyrie Mullaney out of Anderson, South Carolina, finished fifth and started dead last. So it was a heck of a show he put on. I think if we had a couple more laps, we could have got on up there.
Awesome. Now, how long have you been doing this for?
For about 3 years now, so we're getting better and better each year, and we're really excited about everything.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing more. And Dallas has also got a Facebook page. You can go like it.
It's called Dallas Manus Racing 9M. Or you can Facebook me at Dallas Manus. You can keep up. We're about to order some T-shirts and post some designs. So if you want to give us our input and stuff, it would be greatly appreciated, and see what y'all like, and we can order them.
Got a nice spot on a drop shot. I don't know if he's all that big.
It's bigger.
He's okay. He ain't too bad. Like I said on that color's electric shad. Usually what we're doing is kind of a shallow bridge right here. It's around 10 foot of water. Just catching these spots. We went out deeper a little while ago and didn't catch many. We let a few good ones come off, but some of them's around these bridges like this, around the bridge ponds, and we're just flipping these worms around it and catching them. And I know there's a bunch more in there. We'll see if we can catch some better ones.
I think I got a pretty good one right here off of the drop shot. Yeah, that's the best one today so far. I got a nice spot right here. I caught him around a marina right here on a drop shot. We're going to see if we can catch a few more.
The 3 days me and Dallas was out fishing, it just goes to show how tough it can be when trying to catch some of those big spots in clear water. And when we're fishing these really clear water lakes, I like to use stuff like a drop shot, a shaky head, or a top water. And usually I do really well on those, but it was just tough those few times. And I like to throw stuff like a Sammy by Lucky Craft. Usually the biggest size works better. It's just one of them I had out. I catch them on the smaller size sometimes. Sometimes they like the smaller size better than they do the bigger size. Like the 65, I've caught some really big fish on the 65s they make. And also in these Clearwater lakes, crankbaits work really well. I like the Normans really well, like in a lavender shad or some kind of a clear color. And sometimes when the water's a little stained or a little off, I like something, you know, like brown and chartreuse or something a little different, something off colored. And also a shaky head worked really well. Just like a green pumpkin worm, like green pumpkin finesse worm, or just some kind of finesse worm in a natural looking color such as green pumpkin, or you know, just some color like that. And you just got to mix them up. You got to just experiment with different colors and even sizes and shape. And that's just with anything though. And also drop shot worms we was using was robo worms, and we was using clear colors like prism shad, prism crawl, stuff like that. Works really well. And when the water is off colored, usually like morning dawn and stuff like that will work really well. But these were working on the clear days, and on the cloudy days the brighter colors was working, like morning dawn and stuff like that. I like 3/16 a lot for drop shot weights. Reason I do is because usually it looks a little more natural going down to them, but sometimes something a little heavier will work better because it'll go down by them really fast and they'll eat it, usually on the fall, and I've had that happen a lot. My favorite shaky head hook would be the Gambler Giggy head. It's just a little screw. You screw the worm up on the head. These are some of the best shaky heads I've ever used. I would either use these or the War Eagle shaky heads. And other baits work as well in this late summer for big spots. Usually I like to throw swim baits. Sometimes big swim baits works, but you're not going to catch a lot of fish on those big swim baits. Usually it takes a long time, and you might catch, the fish you do catch though will be big ones. Usually you'll catch good quality fish on that and really help you in tournaments. Also jigs. I like throwing jigs this time of year as well. Usually at night they've been working best in late summer, but I like throwing green pumpkin and just like black and red sometimes work really well at night. It just depends. I always experiment with different colors. Well, I want to thank my guest, Dallas Manus, for coming along and fishing with me. We've been fishing this is the third time we went out and filmed, and it just goes to show you how hard it can be to make a fishing show.
Yeah, but it was tough, but I enjoyed every minute. Thanks for having me on the show, and I can't wait to do it again.
No problem. We'll have him on here again soon. Just goes to show you today you got to experiment with different colors, different sizes, different shapes of worms on your drop shot, and that goes for just about anything else. But we'll see you again next time on the next episode of Hunting and Fishing in God's Country.